Welcome to this video on the currencies of decolonization. We will explore the financial history of India's transition from 1947 to 1957, focusing on the shift from British Raj notes to the currency of a sovereign republic. In the chaotic early months after independence, the Reserve Bank of India maintained a dual responsibility, acting as the monetary authority for both India and Pakistan until June 1948. Despite independence, the currency remained the legacy of the Raj, featuring King George VI's portrait and acting as a, quote, frozen fiscal continuity until April 1950. The partition led to provisional issues. To distinguish funds during the split, Indian currency notes were overprinted with Government of Pakistan in both English and Urdu. These rare notes, issued between April and June 1948, are highly prized for their historical significance. In 1949, the Government of India issued the first sovereign notes. The portrait of the king was replaced by the lion capital of Ashoka from Sarnath, signaling a decisive break from colonial symbols and establishing India's ancient democratic roots. The first coinage of the Republic was released on August 15, 1950. The first series retained the standard of 16 annas equals 1 rupee. The obverse featured the Ashoka pillar, while the reverse symbolized prosperity with cornstalks and animal motifs. The year 1950 marked the formal end of the British Indian legal tender, representing a visual decolonization. The watermark on notes, previously featuring the king's head, was replaced with the Ashoka pillar, ensuring that every citizen held a piece of the new republic's identity. In 1954, high-value notes were reintroduced to facilitate large-scale economic planning. These high denominations, including 1,000, 5,000, and 10,000 rupees, featured important national symbols like the Gateway of India. All three were later demonetized in 1978. The most significant change was the shift to decimalization in 1957. The complex colonial system of annas and pies was replaced by the decimal system, where 100 Naya Paisa equaled 1 rupee. This simplified transactions for the general public. These key milestones illustrate the decade of financial transition: independence in 1947, the first Indian 1 rupee note in 1949, the return of high denominations in 1954, and the introduction of Naya Paisa in 1957. For the collector and historian, focus areas include signature rarity, such as notes signed by the first Indian governor, and security features like the transition from the king head to Ashoka pillar watermarks. State issues, like the Osmania Sikka used in Hyderabad, also offer unique insights into financial integration. In summary, the decade of sovereignty was more than just a change of portraits. The transition from 1947 to 1957 was the final symbolic act of decolonization, establishing a unified financial identity for a new nation.